YouTube, what's going on? Consumer reviews and DIYs here. We are back with another video, and today we are going to be changing out hopefully we can just change out the coolant temperature sensor. Last night I was driving the Yukon and noticed that I was hearing a real loud fan noise. Something, just told me to look down, and I noticed that my temperature sensor was all the way down at 160 degrees, fans going crazy. It just so happens I was close to my house, so I just went ahead and, drove to the house, got out, went to the front of the truck. Even with the truck shut off, the fans just going crazy. And it lasted, I guess they stayed on for maybe 5 minutes or less after I went into the house. So I started doing a little bit of research, and everything is pointing to the coolant temperature sensor, but also the possibly the thermostat as well. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up the coolant temperature sensor and get started. Something else worth mentioning, I checked out a few different individuals changing out the coolant temperature sensor. One video I seen, it was just, coolant was going all over the place. So already preparing to be a messy job. I was going to get some coolant from the Chevy dealership, but it was a little bit too expensive for what I was looking to pay. And I went ahead and went to the Napa, see if I can find some coolant, some Dexcool. We want to use that always in the GMC products to see if we can get some at a better price. So let's go ahead and see what we can get, and we'll go from there. All right, so here's an update. So I bought 2 bottles of distilled water. I ended up getting some concentrate, Dexcool from the Napa, and I just went ahead and picked up the thermostat housing as well, just in case. So I got the Duralast thermostat. The Chevy dealership didn't have the part, so went ahead and went with this one. It looks okay. I don't see any issues not to use this. I really do prefer the Chevy, GMC, AC Delco parts, but this is what we got available, and I want to go ahead and get this switched out. I don't want to drive the truck around with the fans. That's never a good thing. So I think we have everything that we need to go ahead and complete the job. We got the Dexcool 1 gallon concentrate. We got the coolant temperature sensor. I don't really want to change the thermostat out though, so we're gonna first try to change out the coolant temperature sensor and see if that will do the job for us. Hopefully that's it. We can take the thermostat back, and it'll be an easier job. Shouldn't have to clean up as much as well. All right, so we need to loosen up a few different things right there. We need to loosen that up so we can get the air box off of the top, and then also we need to take those off, those PCV valves, one on each side. So once we get that off, and then we have one other place that we need to loosen up, and I'll show that in a minute as well. And that's where your thermostat is, right under the box. We need to loosen that up as well. So once we get all of those loosened up, we'll be able to, tug at the box and pull it off. You may have to, apply a little bit of force to get it off. Just be careful, taking it off. You don't want to tear nothing up, but mine didn't come off that easy. I had to give it a little bit of a tugging, but either way, that's it. It's off now. Now you have good access to the thermostat, and there's the coolant temperature sensor, which is right beside it. A lot of room to work. So what I'll do is I'll get that safety tab off of the coolant temperature sensor first. All right, which we have, and I took the connection off. This is a 19 inch socket, and I have a 19, but it's not deep enough. You really need a deep socket to get this off. So I'm going to use a 19 inch wrench to do the job. So if you don't have the deep socket, you can use a wrench that you got a little bit of leverage on, and go ahead and make it work that way. And if you notice, didn't take a lot to get that started. So I'm gonna just go ahead and work this off. If you notice, I'm being super careful in the process. Also, you want to have some eye protection. From where I've seen, the previous videos with that shooting up, I don't want those type of problems. But only a little bit of coolant came out when I took it out, which is really surprising. And that's the replacement part right here. Pretty simple. You just put it in there, go ahead and screw it in. Don't tighten it down too much. But this didn't work out for me. I didn't film this part, but I replaced it, added the connection, the safety tab, started the truck up after I put the box on and everything, and fans still going crazy. So my coolant temperature sensor was good. So we might as well go ahead and replace the thermostat. So I'm glad that I did go ahead and get the thermostat while I was out. And I've already taken the old thermostat out. This is the new thermostat. When you start to undo the thermostat, the old one, then you're going to start getting some coolant that's going to start coming out. So you want to try to have something to catch some of that coolant. This is held on by 3 10-millimeter bolts. You got 2 hoses that you'll take off of your old thermostat housing. There's a clamp that holds the hoses on. So once you move that clamp out of the way, or you just loosen it, you'll be able to tug it off. It may require a little bit of extra strength to get it off. But again, just be careful in the process. So again, I'm just screwing down all 3. Another thing to remember is the gasket. When I pulled the old thermostat housing off, the old gasket was still, on the engine block. So I did have to remove that and then put the new one. So the Duralast that I got for my truck, it did have a new gasket that was included. That's something that I made sure, I checked it to see if it was included. So whatever replacement part you buy, you want to make sure. I wouldn't take a risk in using an old gasket. Maybe you can. I'm not sure, but I'd rather go ahead and start off with a nice, fresh, clean gasket that's unused. So now we're just tightening down the bolts. You don't want to crank it down too much. It wasn't, when I took the original one off, wasn't a lot of pressure holding it down as well. So if you have something to measure with it, you can get those specs. That'd probably be the best thing. But we're going to go ahead and just wing it and not apply too much pressure. So we'll add that hose back on. We'll remove, for this small hose, we'll go ahead and take the clamp, put that back down to where it's holding in place. And then we'll put the main radiator hose on. And we'll put the box on, check it out, and see if we're good to go. Hopefully we are. You can see that my reservoir is pretty low as well from this. So actually, before I even put everything back on, I'm going to go ahead and add some coolant to the reservoir tank now. And then we'll go ahead and we actually got to mix that coolant. And then we'll go ahead and put that in there, put everything back together, and then we'll go on the test drive to see how everything is operating. Guys, you let me know in the comment section, how do you normally apply your mix if you're getting the concentrated coolant? What I'm doing is I just took and just poured half of the distilled water out and then added half of the bottle in there. But I'm curious if you have a better way or more efficient way, go ahead and make sure you leave it in the comment section. So let's go ahead and continue to pour this, get this mixed up, and then we'll go ahead and add it to the truck. And I think we are home free. Got the truck started up. As you can hear, the fans aren't running. Everything looks great. Tried to clean up as much as possible, but my main concern was those fans running on startup. If I heard the fans, I knew that something wasn't right. So this is the old thermostat here, the original one that was in there. It doesn't look bad either. Doesn't look like abused or anything, but that is that one. Coming back to the engine, everything sounds good. Just need to wait till it warms up just to make sure that the temperature is reading appropriately, and then we'll take it on a test drive. Made a little bit of mess, so not sure what you guys use. Let me know in the comment section, but I picked up this bag of, I just call it sand. Supposed to, absorb liquids that you spill without, leaving big spots. So it's called Floor Dry. All right, guys, so let's see what we got. All right, so far so good. The truck is heating up, but where you see it right now is before I changed the thermostat. This is where my truck used to run normal, and I didn't really know any difference. But as I continue to drive and it's heating up, I'm running like dead in the center at 210. So that just lets me know that my thermostat has probably been sticking or has not been functioning 100% properly before changing this out. But running 210, everything looks good. I don't see any leaking. So, hey, we're good to go. So I hope this video helps. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for additional content. And I will catch you in the next video.